Liverpool made their first transfer of the season. Reds boss Jürgen Klopp is desperate to strengthen his midfield after his fortunes plummet this season. One of their normally strong teams, Liverpool has surprisingly found themselves flooded in the engine room this season. This is perhaps best exemplified when relegation-haunted Leeds managed to win at Anfield in November. The 3-0 loss to Brighton in January also revealed these struggles. These are two of Liverpool's 9 Premier League losses this season. As a result, Liverpool will finish 5th in the league, which means they will play in the Europa League next season. But Klopp is already working hard to fix the midfield issues. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, and James Milner will leave as free agents whose contracts will expire. With Arthur Melo being sent back to Juventus, Liverpool are planning at least 3 new additions to the engine room. It now appears that the first transfer is on the verge of being finalized in the form of McAllister. It looks like the Brighton star will be heading to Anfield soon. The Argentine star won the World Cup for his country and had a stellar season for Brighton, scoring 12 times. These goals from midfield are something Liverpool have been badly missing since Philippe Coutinho's departure in 2018. However, reports earlier this week said the Reds were close to accepting a fee of £69.4 million. And the 24-year-old said goodbye to Amex after Brighton's 1-1 draw with Manchester City on Wednesday night. Now it is said that Liverpool has almost finished this transfer. A full deal for McAllister is allegedly due as early as next week. The midfielder's father and manager Carlos is allegedly flying to Merseyside next week to finalise the deal. Discussing personal terms regarding his son's transfer will now be abandoned as a fee has been agreed with Brighton. McAllister will reportedly sign a 5-year deal worth £150,000 a week until 2028. This will triple the 24-year-old's current salary at Amex and help take his career to the next level. His move to Anfield will end a prolific 3-year spell on the South Coast. In 111 games, McAllister scored 20 goals and provided 7 assists. The upcoming deal was also confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. The reliable Italian journalist believes the Reds will soon make a deal. And the star player will play his final match in Brighton at Aston Villa on Sunday. While there is currently interest from McAllister from various clubs, the Reds feel like strong front-runners to get his autograph as they look to add much-needed quality and youth to the middle of the park. Romano explained that McAllister is expected to say goodbye to his teammates and transfer to Liverpool in the near future. Alexis McAllister is expected to say goodbye to the Brighton fans after the final match after a fantastic experience at the club since 2020. He is waiting for the final details, with the deal to be finalized in June, he said. The Reds' highest scoring midfielder in 2022-2023 is Curtis Jones, with just 3 hits to his name. The Argentine player's off-the-ball work and box-to-box style also stand out. He averages 2 tackles per game in the league and 1.3 key passes per game in the World Cup. At 24, he seems in the age range Liverpool should be looking at. The midfield options available are either getting old or very young. The age ranges of Jordan Henderson and Thiago or Stefan Bajcetic and Harvey Elliott are quite different from each other. This is why the Argentinian is an age-appropriate profile. McAllister's injury record is also largely exemplary, which is absolutely vital. Benjamin Pavard has been contacted. Liverpool face competition for Bayern Munich's defender Benjamin Pavard, while the Frenchman is heading towards the exit from the Allianz Arena. The 27-year-old, who is primarily a right-back but can also emerge as a centre-back, lifted the World Cup with France in 2018 and also won the Champions League in 2020. Pavard's contract expires in 2024, so Bayern will either sell him or risk letting him leave for free next summer. Liverpool, Inter Milan, Barcelona, and Real Madrid are all interested in signing Pavard this summer, according to German broadcaster Kicker. Inter have reportedly made an offer in January, while Real Madrid and Manchester United have recently approached Bayern. FSG and Liverpool also took an approach stating that Pavard's versatility made him particularly attractive to Jürgen Klopp. Bayern may have faltered in the Bundesliga title race, but Pavard has proven to be one of the club's most consistent players this season. This was noticed by interested parties at Bayern and abroad. The priority at Anfield seems to be to rebuild the midfield as the contracts of names like James Milner, Naby Keita, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain have expired. However, signing a new defender might also be a smart move. Because if the goalkeeper Alisson Becker had not been a star for the Reds this season and had not been at the top of the lists for expected goals after the shot, the club could have conceded a lot more goals. Pavard has a lot of experience at the highest level and will also offer versatility. The French player was hailed earlier this year by Thomas Tuchel, who described him as the best team player. He's an underrated player, he's adaptable at the highest level and defends meticulously. He's a top team player, he was immediately confident and proved me right, he said. He's not the only Bayern player Liverpool is also linked to. He's also allegedly interested in making a move to sign the Reds midfield maestro Joshua Kimmich. It seems unlikely that Liverpool will sign two of the German giant's best players, but if the Reds can pull it off, they could be a few steps closer to returning to the top next season. Liverpool are ready to trigger the midfielder's release clause. Liverpool are reportedly ready to enter the race with League One giants PSG, and it is reported that Manuel Ugarte will trigger the release clause to sign from Sporting Lisbon. The Reds are linking up with many midfielders ahead of the transfer window this summer. Ugarte has also emerged as a potential target in recent months. The defensive midfielder has played 47 games in all competitions for Sporting Lisbon this season. He has a contract until 2026 and is believed to have a €60 million release clause in his contract. Earlier this week, it was reported that PSG will trigger this by option this summer. Still, the French team will still face competition in the Ugarte race. He said Liverpool were ready to put €60 million on the table, according to the latest information. The report points out that Chelsea also want to trigger Ugarte's release clause before it's too late. On the other hand, Spanish broadcaster Fitches believes that Liverpool and Chelsea are ready to go to war against Lavia. Southampton will seek around €40 million for valuable assets this summer. Manchester City have the option to match any offer for Lavia, but everything suggests Pep Guardiola does not want to re-sign the midfielder. Liverpool and Chelsea see great potential in Lavia and believe he can contribute a lot to their respective teams. Liverpool legend John Barnes has expressed support for his former club, which took action for Lavia. Southampton were relegated and the defensive midfielders and defenders were under a lot of pressure. Honestly, if any Southampton player was that good, they wouldn't have been relegated, Barnes said. But from an individual point of view, he could be a player Liverpool are looking at, and Lavia is a good player. I'm pretty open to any defensive midfielder at Liverpool right now, he said.